So let's define the word rain screen just in case someone missed earlier episodes or doesn't know what we're talking about. What Steve's talking about with a rain screen is an air gap behind our cladding. And there's multiple ways to do that. There's mats and there's 2x and 1x and all kinds of things, but some way to get our cladding off of the WRB layer on the outside of the house, whether that's a wrap or an integrated sheathing or whatever. And that could be as thin as, Steve just wrote it, a 1/4 inch, all the way up to 1.5 inches. Now, the thicker the air gap, the more promoting of drainage and drying. The thinner is gonna make sure that we don't have that capillary action is stopped, but it's gonna have a lot less drying. So the more forgiving assembly is gonna be the bigger air gap, right?
Yeah, certainly this one's gonna dry a lot more than that. That's gonna have some draining capacity, but it's not gonna have a lot of drying capacity. And I wrote a 1/4. Now, there are systems out there, like Matt said, that have the little nibs on the paper.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's probably like 1/8 of an inch. And they do effectively drain, 99% of the water. I just don't trust 1/8 of an inch. It's too easy to clog.
Yeah.
And, when I'm building houses with the idea that maybe they're gonna last 100, 150 years, I don't wanna put a system in there that maybe gets clogged in 25 years.
That's right, great
So
point.
that's why I put that in there. But dealing with water, number one. Once we solve for that, let's talk a little bit about air. Now, again, I always use that detail because it's my favorite. It works. I use the gravity of the building to smush those 2 beads of sealant on the sill sealer. Some guys, they'll simply come down here and tape it or do a liquid flash.
Yeah, I like that liquid flash detail on the outside. And
Yeah.
frankly, I'm a belt and suspenders guy, so on the house that we did recently, the Reisinger build that you designed, we did both of your details there. We did the sill sealer with Lexel, and we did some Proseco joint and seam filler on the outside, so that I'm really because that joint, especially in Texas, where we've got a lot of bugs coming up that foundation wall, it doesn't get cold here very often. Bug action happens 11 out of 12 months a year. I want to really protect that joint.